Hey guys, welcome to OBZODACT 26. I'm doing a walking app. This is also portrait app, walking app part 2 with portrait app. I'm going on a walk. As you can see, it's portrait because it's as much, phone. I would say it's easier to hold, but actually it's harder to hold like this. But it's just because, I don't know, I've been doing a lot of TikToks lately, and it just feels more natural to me now. I think I'm going to start not only shooting this direction for all my videos, but also trying to reformat the 5,000 plus video main channel vids I've recorded. Try and reformat them to kind of look like this, just so like when I upload them to TikTok, eventually like the clips on TikTok are just easier to manage and stuff. And it just looks better. It's just easier to look at. Like, what, you're going to look from side to side, you can look up and down, And also, look at the shape of people. It fits me in perfectly. Oh, check out my top, guys. For the audio listeners, I'm wearing a Rick and Morty top. Fuck you, don't give a shit. I just tried to do this episode, but, I was retired. I've only ever had to, like, restart an episode, I think, 3 times total, like, since recording episode 1, which isn't too bad, right? And I only got, like, I don't know, probably less than 10 minutes in, and I was like, this is shit. This is a load of fucking shit. I'm walking up to a guy now. Hey there. Just doing a little video. Okay, I keep walking past there's a guy, so whatever. Yeah, a dog. I think, gotta go this way? Yeah. I'm going to the hospital right now, and I want to do another walking app. For audio listeners, I'm about to demonstrate why I'm going to the hospital. So if you didn't see that, basically my chest the middle of my chest goes inwards. It's called pectus excavatum, or pigeonhole chest. And when your bones go inwards and potentially cause pressure on the heart and lungs, I need to see if that's happening. I've already had x-rays done. I went in there. I went into the x-ray room, and they were like, oh, so, we're gonna put you in this machine, and we're gonna go out while it does its thing, and we'll see in a bit. And I was like, well, hold up. Why are you guys leaving the room? And they're like, well, sir, because if we stay in here, we're gonna get the x-rays will, they're gonna it's unnecessary, but you need the x-ray. So that's why you put up with the consequences of, radiation, or, turning into a ghoul or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, hold up. I've played Fallout. Okay, I'm not doing this. And then they said, well, so, what else can we do? I was like, I don't know. I don't want to have an x-ray. So then, in fact, I didn't get an x-ray. What actually happened instead in the end is that they just like they opened up my chest and then just like took photographs. Whatever. So that's like the main stitch. Oh shit, this episode's already going bad. I can tell by the it doesn't feel it. Now it's going shit. I think when you do so many episodes like with other people, it just starts to pollute the solo eps as well, because this is the first solo ep in like at least 10 episodes or something. Maybe less. I think we've went 10 episodes without solo ep, which is pretty good. But yeah, it can just kind of get you down, just hanging out with like shit people for so long. Like fucking last time was Lunatic, it was okay. Brad's cool and all, but I don't know. The problem is that he's better than Ron, but that doesn't make him a good person. He's still pretty. He looks hot, is what I'm saying. But he's still a horrible person. And then Ron as well. Jesus Christ, that Joker app. I hope no one watched that. But we will continue reading the Joker script. Don't worry. At some point, maybe like 25 eps from now, we'll do another one. I'm in like an area I've never been. It's kind of odd. Hey, what's going on? I don't have a lighter, I'm sorry. No, see you guys. Someone just wanted a lighter. Whatever. I'm gonna go to turn left right now. No, yeah, I know where I am. Okay, this is good. I was getting a little bit worried. Okay, I'm now in a bit of a busier area, and I do public interviews, but when there's, people all about, when I'm trying to be genuine, kind of throws me off, because I'm not genuinely, I just like spending my whole day inside. I don't want to be around people unless I have to get an interview, and the problem is I do have to. It's not something I do to enjoy. A bug on my nose. Holy shit, look. There you go. I don't do it to enjoy it. It's just kind of like my job at this point. I don't make money from it, but it's like, it's like, well, what are you gonna do? You gotta have a job. I'm a guy. I gotta work because I'm a man. But if I was a woman, then I wouldn't. So it's just kind of how it is. It's not sexist. It's just how I feel. I'm really just talking so much shit right now. Cause okay, I can stop walking right now because I need to push button. Let's not let this end up being another scrap tap. Okay, I gotta salvage this. I was gonna talk about something like, hey, this is something cool to talk about. I will not be responding to comments this episode. Why? Because the Brad one actually hasn't come out yet. Oh, I can walk. This comes out in a couple hours from now for me. Unfortunately, how my days are spread out, it's like convenient to record on Wednesdays when I upload, and also on Sundays when I upload. So I never really get to comment, or never really get to respond to comments on the latest thing at any point in time. Which I also don't give a fuck. It's probably better that I don't have comments to respond to. 'Cause it's not only friends that bring you down, but it's just people in general. Like this one guy called Herforts. He probably left some fucking bullshit comment, and then I have to try and figure out what it is. No, I'm just kidding. Herforts is he's the only guy I actually listen to. He did leave a comment. It was something about eating brains or something on the latest Plants vs Zombies review. Dave reviews Plants vs Zombies. That got I think it might be 2.7k or something. The Dave reviews are going off. For those who don't know, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but yeah, so obviously I do Sunday videos on this second channel. I'm thinking of stopping them, but I do obviously the podcast on Wednesday and then Sunday videos, which are just 5 to 10 minute long bullshits, gaming, whatever. But I guess the problem is that with them, I'm just gonna tighten my noose. No, it's not a noose. The problem with them is that they're taking up time which I could be spending on a main channel vid, I guess. Not much time. They really don't take that much time at all. But it is I guess an amount of time, and it is when I'm sitting there editing a second channel vid, and I'm just this is shit. It is noticeable, and I'm like, if I'm gonna be editing, at least I should edit something good. Whereas the podcast, I'm not even gonna fucking watch this back. Fuck you. You're the only one listening to this. You're a fucking retard. Have I got to go under that bridge? I have to walk under a bridge to get where I need to go. Okay, I'm gonna press this button. Hey, I can just walk. But yeah, the Dave reviews. Ron got that is something that is good. That's something that isn't just a load of crap. Basically he got really ill. But we made the most of it. Shit, my shit is really full. Ugh. He got really ill, and he woke up and he sounded like shit, and I was like, dude, you sound just like Super Dave. So we did Dave reviews. I didn't know, I wanted to call if I was a real complete sociopath, I don't know if any of this sounds good because I'm in a wind tunnel right now, but you know, I'd have put Super Dave's face in the corner. It'd be funny, you know, not to be like horrible to like a fucking dead guy, but I don't know, it was just so funny that, and the reason it was even funnier is that Ron wasn't trying to sound like Super Dave. He just sounded like Super Dave. Obviously not exactly like Super Dave, but I think, you know, Ron, at least at the time, I think, didn't really know too much about Super Dave, another podcaster. He didn't really know too much about Super Dave, and I was like, dude, you sound just like Super Dave because your voice is fucked. And so it's probably because I'm British and it's just an American accent with a, you know, an American smoker accent is what it sounded like. But anyway, then we recorded like 5 like Super Dave vids, reviews of different games. I was like, dude, we just need to bang them all out because you're not going to be ill forever. And yeah, so each time I upload one, it's just going popular. The Five Nights at Freddy's one got 800 views, as I mentioned. Now this one's got 3k. Hopefully I'll have 3k by that point. Yeah, I'm just about to walk past some more people. Yeah, they're giving me odd looks. I definitely look like an odd character right now. I forgot my wind filter. Hopefully it's not fucking everything up. Yeah, 11 minutes. Okay, we're doing okay. Just fucking 20 more minutes. We're in the clear. I don't know why it feels like an obligation. It's like exciting to go out for a walk and be like, I'm talking and walking, and I'm not just sitting in my home where the audio would be better, where I'd be better at talking, you know, where I'd actually be able to have a conversation with another person, you know. I'm here, I'm out in the element, and I'm just talking to myself, and I feel vulnerable, and I feel ashamed that the video is going like shit, and I feel like just like this is a waste of time, and I shouldn't have even bothered to bring my microphone, you know, just things like that make the video good. Whatever, don't care. Hey, here's something. I got some. Here's something that maybe I should begin to mention. In a couple weeks, I'll be going to America, and I won't be uploading new OBZODACTs then. However, I have pre-recorded some OBZODACTs, 2 OBZODACTs to upload when I'm in America. So basically, yeah, there's gonna be like a moment where, oh my god, there's gonna be a moment where it's just gonna be 2 OBZODACTs going up in a row, which just both kind of seem disjointed. I guess every episode is disjointed. We just did a fucking Joker ep, but yeah, just to let you know, but then we will be back. You know, we will return. I don't know if I'll have time to retitle the OBZODACTs and stuff. I probably will. I should probably just log on to YouTube on my phone. But yeah, there's a chance the OBZODACT might be called OBZODACT episode ? Or some fucking bullshit. Fuck you, I don't give a shit. I just don't give a shit. Oh, here's the topic. So I was going to there's a YouTube channel I watch called Jar Media, right? And the channel does podcasts. And what they do is it's just like what I do, but just except not as good because they're not me. So what happened is, I gotta open this thing. So what happened is they have a car called the Pisser, right? I tell them they say they don't want it. You gotta sell it. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm gonna pass my test soon, probably. This is what I was thinking, like, you know, I don't know when they met, like a few weeks ago, whenever they said they were gonna sell the car. Obviously now I've kind of realized, oh shit, I can't pass my test, right? I can't pass anytime soon, at least. If you listen to the news in the UK, it's like just ridiculously hard to, you know, pass. Oh my god, how do you fuck you? These gates are fucking me up. Ugh. Okay, sorry about that. Screeching. I can't pass my test anytime soon because they're so backed up because of COVID. This looks cool. So I'm like, oh well, what the fuck do I do here? Well, whatever. But I'll still get it, and I'll just keep it, right, until I pass. So that was the plan. And the plan was, because it's like a 3-hour drive away, or more. So I was gonna, but obviously I haven't passed my test. So the plan, we went through multiple plans of like, I'm gonna, me and my dad and my dad's friend are gonna go get it, because obviously we need one person to drive us there, one person to drive the car back, and the new car back, the pisser. And that wasn't working. So then it was like, we had a definitive plan in the end, which was me and my girlfriend Ella would drive up there and go, but also with my dad, would go drive up there, and then me and Ella would drive the car back and drive the, my dad's car back and the piss or whatever. And it was all planned, and I've been messaging James about it from Jar Media, and it's all in the works. And I really thought I was gonna get the pisser. I thought there's no way this is gonna fall through. But on the same day, my dad had like a operation date, so he couldn't drive, and like, so then that he couldn't drive. But then also Ella was like, hey, actually, 6 fucking hours, and she hasn't driven in 3 years. So fair enough. She was like, I don't know if I can do this. So basically, and because I can't drive, I'm the only one in the situation who can't drive. I'd have to find like 2 new people who can drive. Is it this way? Where the fuck? Where do I go? It's beeping at me, but I'm just gonna keep walking. I don't give a shit. So in order to still get the piss, I need to find 2 new people that can drive. And also I've got this America trip coming up, and I basically just said like to James, I'm sorry, I can't get it. I think ultimately I was worried about, I really, really wanted the car, because obviously it's like a now here's the thing, why would I go so much effort to get this car in particular? It's the pisser, okay? It's the fucking pisser. It's the Jar Media pisser. I've heard about it for years whilst listening to the podcast. And also, it seems like a good car. Like, I know that's weird to be the secondary thing, but yeah, it seems like, I don't feel like I was getting gypped or anything. I'm just gonna check the timer on this thing. Yeah, we're going good. So yeah, I just wanted the car, and also they were selling it for like half price because I was a fan. But now I can't get it. Hopefully, I really hope they're called Jarlings, the Jar Media fan base. I really hope a Jarling can get the car. But honestly, it seems like maybe they're gonna have to chuck it off a cliff. No, I think they're probably gonna have to sell it on Facebook or something. So, but still, like, there's a chance, eventually Jar Media will be known by everyone. So the pisser will be owned by a Jar Media fan, but just not yet. It's not their time yet. It's a plan. They have a plan. If you know Jar Media, you know that they have this like plan of invading all the I guess like every single fan base secretly. That's something really cool. Actually, that has some truth to it. There's what the fuck? I'm getting a notification. I'm here. I'm at my location, I think. Yeah. Holy shit! I guess I walked a lot faster because I'm talking. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just want to seem like I walk fast on vid. But they're a relatively small channel. I don't know how much I've spoken about Jar Media before, so I might be repeating myself here. But they've got like less than 100k. They almost had 100k at one point. But they've got, I guess you could say, like a cult fan base. I don't know if it's just like a strong fan base, I guess. Like, a small and strong fan base that has stuck with them for years. And I've been listening since the beginning, and it's just like, it's very funny to see how dedicated people are, in that when there's like, say, an editor who works for like a bigger YouTuber, seeing like people, like the editors sneaking in like Jar Media references into like YouTubers' videos. Like I think there was an internet historian video where one of his editors was a Jar Media fan and like snuck in like a Jar meme. I can't exactly remember. It might have been, for anyone who knows, this might mean nothing to people, but for anyone who knows, it's the Sandy image that Jar Media uses. Yeah, I just thought it was really funny that basically they, their fan base does things like this that, and and the YouTuber probably never found out, because it's like, why would he, even when the fan base is like, oh shit, look, that's that. It's like such a small fan base. Not super small, but I don't know, it's just likely that it's just going to go under the radar. And there was another thing where the Yogscast, which I guess is like, there's probably some overlap there, right? Like British comedy, podcast style stuff. But the Yogscast, which were at least a lot more popular, now they're quite modest, but they're still much bigger than Jar. They like did a live stream where they showed their fans outside their offices, and one of them was holding a picture of James, the guy I mentioned earlier from Jar Media, who I spoke to about the car. They were just holding a picture of him up, like it's just funny, like it's just funny. That's kind of what I'm trying to foster. Allow to fester. I don't know what the fucking terminology is. I'm not an English teacher. I'm more to do with maths. 1, 2, 3. 4. But if any of you edit any like bigger YouTubers' videos, just edit in like a fart sound effect. No, that's not specific enough. Edit in like edit in the bow dope. Edit that. I think I did a pretty good bow dope. I guess because I was the one who originally did it. Whatever. And here's a subject which maybe not so we talk about Jar Media, but speaking of media in general, so here's the next subject I'm talking about. Media is Batman the Animated Series. I have been watching that shit, bitch. I need to cross the road. I think I'm very close to being there. This is like timed quite well. I've been listening to the watching Batman the Animated Series, and I've been enjoying it. It's obviously very dated, but I've got to say, if you like does anyone care about Batman? I love Batman. Batman is probably my favorite just thing in general. I don't think there's anything better than Batman, except maybe myself, but only because I think I'm the only person who could become the real life Batman. If I didn't feel like I could become the real life Batman, then I would not be the best thing above Batman. Then it would be Batman. But yeah, Batman's fucking awesome. It's like, I'd say, yeah, probably my favorite superhero. Okay, let me still keep talking about Batman. So there's the original series, because I don't want to read comics. That shit's lame reading. I know there's pictures and stuff, but still, fucking words. Just fuck off. I'm not gonna. The only time I read is like subtitles if I have to. Otherwise I'll go with a dub. Because it's in the name for it's a double. Go hit the win. Whatever. So the fucking animated series, it's really good. It's introducing all of the characters, like all the Batman villains, though, and it's like obviously it's a series, so it gives like a whole episode to each kind of villain to introduce them. I'm only I think I'm like 14 or 15 episodes in out of like 5,000 or whatever. But no, I think there's like 60 total, maybe, or maybe there's more, because it's weird. It's how it's laid out is like season 1 is like 60 episodes or some crap. But anyway, there's probably some. I don't know. I'm probably looking at it wrong, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a very good series, and I think after because I watch what I do to relax is I watch the Batman animated series and I play Batman at the exact same time. I play Batman Arkham games, and I have then the animated series on my other screen. This is something I genuinely do, and it doesn't overload me at all. If anything, it's I need another screen. I need another piece of Batman content. Maybe like maybe then I'll start reading comics, like when like a cutscene's happening in the Batman game, so I don't have to concentrate on that so much. And then also when I guess like the credits are rolling on the animated series, I can just start reading a comic. You know, that would be the one that takes the longest, like, you know, it has the longest cooldown or whatever, if we're thinking about it like a video game. But I think I'm talking so much shit. I'm tired. The heat's hitting me. I don't know. I guess I just planned to do this day, and I was like, this would be awesome if I did this. I still want to do this. I want to do another walking app. I should have just brought my GoPro again. But I also wanted to, you know, I didn't want it to be exactly the same. But yeah, no, and like, I guess where I was leading with that before I went off the fucking rails was, yeah, I guess it, you know, there's things in the Arkham games where, you know, I know that, this is cool and all, but I'm not really getting the bigger picture here. I'm getting, like, because it's like only like maybe a 20-minute mission, but it's mainly gameplay of me, like, it's not so much story, it's mainly gameplay of me, you know, beating up thugs or, like, doing all the Batman bullshits, which is, you know, for the best. It's a fucking Batman game, but, you know, it's like, I don't get the full bigger picture. They've only taken what snippets they can of the villain to present them, like, the Kirk Langstrom character. This might mean nothing to you, but, you know, it's like, I played that mission, like, a whole bunch of times where, on Arkham Knight, where, like, a guy turns himself into a bat, and it's like an interpretation of the character. It's like a probably a way of very simply, they've turned that character into, they've boiled him down a bit, you know, they've made it easier for people to grasp onto what's up with that character. There was a guy who turned himself into a bat, basically, and Batman has to cure him. And they, you know, but there's much more of that, probably in the comics, but then there's also more of that in the animated series, which is like, you know, it's not in the Arkham games because obviously they've boiled it down to where, you know, it's not like overwhelming or like, you know, it's maybe also to make it easier because it's like, we don't need this character we don't need all this fucking information on top of, you know, the rest of the story. So it's just cool, like, seeing each villain, like, how they came to be, I guess. And I would recommend it. It's you know, it's child friendly, so it's not like as sick and epic as, like, The Batman, which is obviously the best, not only the best Batman movie, but just the best movie in general, I think. So whatever. I think I'm winding this app down. I'm just trying to think if I have anything else to say, because recording episodes, new episodes, might kind of become hard soon because I'm going to America. I probably should have just sat down to do this one. But whatever. It's done now. It was good. It was okay. I spoke, you know, maybe just when the episode starts with, this is another solo app, maybe just, oh am I kidding? Don't want to skip those ones. These ones are the best ones. There's no fucking assholes in the, just, fucking Brad. He was better than Ron. He was better than Ron. Okay. But he kept farting and, like, he was doing the washing up, and then he had schizophrenia, which pissed me off. Anyway, yeah, I think this might be a good time to call it. I'm at the hospital, which I'm gonna go in a hospital. Okay, and let's find out about my chest. Did I speak about that enough? I think I've spoken about everything enough. Yeah, it's basically just to determine. I've also got to have a phone call or something to, like, about passing out on the plane, which I guess that's another thing that I'm kind of doing today in terms of doctor bullshits, is that I have a tendency to pass out as the plane takes off, or at least come close to passing out. But there was one time where I definitely did pass out, and as the plane takes off, and it's like, I don't think it's that dangerous, to be honest, but it is very scary, and it's like the main thing I'm thinking about when you go into America. I'm like, shit, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna pass out. I fucking hate passing out. You know, like, I almost, like, I went to Ireland at the beginning of this year, and I almost, like, I was, as the plane, even when the plane was, like, all closed up and like, okay, this is your captain speaking, we're blah blah blah, and I was like, fuck, can I get out? Like, is it possible? Like, what would happen if I just said, hey, I just want to get off the plane, and you know, forfeit the money, forfeit seeing my friend Liam, forfeit the Airbnb we paid for, you know, just because I don't know, petrified. It's the most scared I've ever really been, I think. And I think it sucks that it's coming up again, but yeah, ultimately I think it's probably not bad, super bad that I'm like passing out, because I think it's like G induced is what I'm assuming. Because like, you know, I feel the G's as the plane takes off, and then I either come close to passing out or I probably pass out. And it's also, I'm sure it has got something to do with the fact I'm panicking a lot, but I guess the problem with just assuming that that's it is that now that I've stopped having to just figure out where I'm walking, I'm just kind of pacing in circles. I feel like I'm talking a bit better, but yeah, I think I throw myself off. But anyway, it'll be all right. I think it's not just panic. It's definitely something, because the first time I did pass out on a plane, the first time I got on a plane, I was 100% fine. I was like, oh, this is cool. This feels a bit weird, but fine, you know. And then the second time I got on a plane, I was very dehydrated is the issue. But still, like, I think everyone was. It's like, you know, it's just coming from a very, very hot country, and suddenly we're in this like freezing cold plane. And you know, I just, as the plane took off, I wasn't panicking or anything. I was just holding my camera out the window filming it, and I just fucking blacked out. I was like, shit, I can't do anything. My hands don't, nothing's functioning right now for like a couple seconds. Yeah, it's awful. It was very scary, and ever since then, like, I've been afraid of it happening again. And I might be just associating the feeling of taking off with passing out. That's another thing, but I do feel like I'm coming close to passing out. And I think, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm still gonna get on the plane either way. And you know, I have Kieran here with me, which is epic. But the issue is that it's probably, if I am passing out from like, you know, what, 1.5 G's or 2 G's or whatever it is when a plane takes off, it probably means I have something like wrong with me, like quite badly. So I should probably, I just gotta get it sorted out, I guess. But there we go. I feel like I feel like that was an okay app. I'll upload it either way. I might title it "Skip This App Past Part 2." No, I'm just kidding. The Joker apps are the only ones that you should really skip. That's that. Fuck you.